He's gasping for air.
Yeah, but he's not
responding.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm back with Samantha. Samantha, how have you been?
I have been all right. I'm alive. Thank God for that. But life is gonna have its ups and downs. God never promised it was gonna be easy.
Did you have any people reach out to you after your first interview?
Yes, I have. I actually have. My family has reached out to me and asked me, am I ready to continue to change and just get off the streets and be a part of my family like I should.
And what was your answer?
I'm not ready just yet. I want to get all of my partying out of me, I guess you would say. And just pick up all my pieces that I left off with my life so that I continue with their lives and joining my life with them. So I want to have a clean first plate with my sisters because they have babies, and it wouldn't be right for me to drag along my baggage with my sisters and then have these little girls that they're trying to be moms to, that they don't want, and shit like that, or like people on around their kids. And I respect my sisters for that, so I'll be damned if I bring that around my sisters or their kids. So I'm gonna make sure I get it all out of me. Make sure my mom's, we're both on the same page, so then when we do go, we can not be both at each other's throat, but we're both agreeing and together, and we're both on the same page. So
when I seen you over there, I noticed a lot of cops and a lot of ambulances. What happened over there?
Actually, I had showed up like 5 minutes prior to when you pulled up, but I believe an overdose. I had asked my homegirl named India, how long has he been there since she showed there, and she said that she's been there for about an hour and he's been laid out right there. So God knows how long he's been passed out there for, but just goes to show how people are so so blind to what could be just right in front of them.
Yeah.
And them not really care, but care,
So you guys thought he was just nodded out or what? Slumping?
I thought he was asleep.
Okay.
But once I realized the cop had moved him, and I saw the way he was breathing, which kind of made me realize, because I had a friend that had just passed away too, because of an overdose, somewhat of an overdose. He was avoiding trying to go into the doctors because he had broke his jaw, and the infection and stuff had instantly killed him and went straight to his brain and killed him, because he was so scared on dying that he ended up dying, because he didn't go to the doctor and get his jaw fixed. So you just gotta be on top of everything, and everyone gotta just check up on them no matter what, because you never know what could happen or what's going on around you. So you gotta really be aware of your surroundings. That's a major thing in today now that I believe that people should be on top of, is be aware of your surroundings and be aware of everyone around you, and just ask randomly, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? Hope you have a nice day, because you never know what that could just do for someone. That could change their whole life, and they could be wanting to commit suicide, and then just because you said, hey, how are you doing? God bless you, hope you have a nice day, that could just change their whole life around. It could change their attitude too.
Did you know the guy that was laid out over there?
I didn't, but I had realized, I noticed him Because I was hanging around that Circle K.
You said he just got there last night, right?
Yeah, I had just noticed him last night, and he was real quiet to himself, closed off to everyone. But I noticed he was smoking his blues or whatever to himself, so I thought that's why he was just like closed off to himself.
Yeah.
And didn't want to talk to anybody really. But that's a damn shame. I could have talked to him and knew him. He could have been like a really good person.
How many of these ODs have you seen out here on the streets?
One too many. My friend Oscar that had passed away, just recently passed away, he's actually a well-known OD. He's known to like overdose constant.
Yeah.
So now he's just like gone. It's just like, it's unbelievable. You just never know.
It's crazy. When I pulled up over there, it looked like just business as usual.
Yeah.
People just took off. They didn't even care.
Yeah.
They weren't even. They were just minding their business. They didn't even look back to see if the guy was all right.
They didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice it or acknowledge that something was going wrong.
Yeah.
So you can really tell how people have gotten desensitized to what's going on out here in the streets.
Yeah, people are insensitive to things like that. When, like I said, if people
you see it on the daily,
Yeah, if people would just pay attention to little things, that would help so much. Because then that would prevent such big eruptions or big problems.
Yeah.
And it's the little things that count or that matter. But the way I saw that dude passed out on the side of the Circle K, just like, it's like got me like shocked. I didn't even know what to say, or like, man. And I was gonna stand right next to the dude too, so like, I'm like, damn dude, I was gonna sit or stand next to this dead person. I wouldn't have really even realized that. And
so
it's scary.
Messing around with these blues and all that, doesn't that scare you that could be you next?
Yes, it does. And that's why my mom had just recently found out she has cancer. So that's why I'm trying to really get on top of myself with slowing down and just cutting it all off. Cold knock turkey. Just cutting it off, because life is way too beautiful, and tomorrow is never promised, or the next minute is never guaranteed to anyone. So whether I do the blues or not the blues, anything could really happen to anybody, and we're gone.
Well, when you're doing those, you're putting yourself at like
more at
100
risk.
times
Yes.
at risk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It is. But as long as you have God by your side, you're unstoppable. So it doesn't matter whether I do or I don't. As long as I have God with me, that's all I need.
Where do you see yourself in 6 months?
See myself probably in my sister's home. Just being a part of my family like I should have been.
Do you see yourself clean?
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, but no. I feel like I can maintain a life where. So what if I go outside to walk my dog and I smoke a cigarette? It don't matter. If nobody knows, it won't hurt them. It won't hurt me. As long as I'm going to work, doing whatever I need to do, and keeping it away from my sisters and my sister's babies, and away from their home.
So you see yourself as a functioning addict?
Yes.
But not completely clean?
No, I don't. But I want to limit it to a certain amount and a certain, and as long as I keep that limit and I don't push it or go overboard or, abuse it, I think I can have a discipline to a certain extent and, make sure I follow through with it And even if I have my mom, like, treat me like a little girl, so be it. As long as it keeps me on a disciplinary schedule, you know, to success. That's all I want to be, and that's all I want to continue to do is be successful, you know?
All right. Well, thank you for sharing your story. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Are you okay with me putting this on my YouTube channel?
Yes, I am.
If we have any younger viewers watching this interview and they're thinking about running the streets or trying substances like blues, what kind of advice would you give them?
Actually, I have the youngest dude out here on the streets right now is 19 years old. You know what? He's saying how he wants to go to a rehabilitation place, and I told him, you know what? You need to go and do it. I was like, cause you know what? I have a brother that's younger than you, and now he's facing 10 years in prison, and that sucks, you know. My brother didn't have an older male figure to really show him or help him out here on these streets. So he had to learn everything firsthand by himself. And now he's suffering being 17, 16 years old, already facing 10 years in prison. So now what? He's not going to be out till like he's in his late 20s. And that really sucks. That really breaks my heart because my brother deserves to be a part of life and live his younger 20s and stuff. But he obviously knew what he was doing.
What is he locked up for?
I believe for robbery and things like that. I do not know exactly, but I know that it has to do with the fact that he was on the streets chasing the blues, and he obviously did things that caused him to be in jail, and you know. So I would tell them, you know what, don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Life is way more beautiful without it. And if you do want to try it, just know yourself. Don't do anything you know you cannot handle.
If you could go back in time to a time when before you started the blues, would you redo it all over again and do it different?
I would.